All right, let us welcome back to the program Aaron Pico, who is back in action Friday, November 12th, Bellator 271. What a matchup this is, taking on the undefeated Justin Gonzales in Hollywood, Florida. Aaron, good to see you, my man. How are you?
I'm doing good. Everything's going well. No complaints here. Just living life.
There you go. So first question I have for you, and I had this question immediately once the fight was confirmed. It has to do with the matchup itself, because after your win over Aiden Lee, you were open to a lot of options. You have respect for the promotional matchmaking, of course, but a part of you was hoping for the rematch with Adam Boric, the number 3 ranked guy in your division in the Bellator rankings. And now you get an undefeated guy, a prospect, second fight with the promotion. This is the fight you were offered. You accepted. You're a company guy. But when the name was first presented to you, were you happy with that, or were you hoping for someone ranked a little bit higher?
To be honest with you, I really don't have any feelings towards it. I just said, okay, let's fight. He's a tough guy. I think it's a good style matchup for me. I think it's I look at it, I can go out there and display my skills. I haven't fought a high-level wrestler. He's pretty high level. He wrestled D1, so I'm really excited to go out there and test my skills against him. Of course, I think after this fight, God willing, everything goes well, we get the victory. I want to fight guys that are in front of me. The only guy that I will fight that's not in the rankings that is just that I will risk fighting is Henry Corrales. I'll fight Henry Corrales, who's not in the rankings or anything like that, just to get a rematch. But moving forward, I want to fight guys that are in front of me. So it is what it is. There's a lot of pressure on me because I'm ranked ahead of him. He has really nothing to lose and everything to gain. I have everything to lose. But look at my last 4 fights. I've been in the same spot. So it's just another day at the office for me. But I'm excited for this matchup. I really am. He feels that he can win. He's very, very confident. I feel I can win. So there's only one way to settle this. That's to go fight. So it's all good.
He made his debut on the same card that you got that win over Aiden Lee. And I asked him if the winner of your fight, because it hadn't happened yet, obviously, would interest him. And he essentially said, no disrespect, I'm the guy here now. I'm the guy in this division moving forward. And, you've been there. You get your first Bellator win. You beat a tough guy. You're feeling on top of the world. So What do you make of that statement? 1 win and he's the king of the division now.
Hey, it is what it is. He'll learn really quick. And to be honest with you, it really sucks because I thought he lost that fight. I've watched that fight probably 10 times. We've broken this guy down, all the coaches, but I don't know how he won that fight, to be honest with you. I mean, that sucks for Taiwan Claxton. I thought he won. Let me ask you a question. How do you see him beating me, to be honest with you, other than just looking for a big shot and landing a crazy shot? Do you see him out wrestling me? Do you see him out striking me? Do you see his cardio being better than mine? Like, let me ask, how do you think he'll beat me?
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm with you. Like, I love how you're putting me on the spot, by the way. I really love the fight. Like, I love the matchup. It made sense from a promotional standpoint and from a matchmaking perspective. I was a little curious because, the rankings, they do mean something. You're a top 5 guy in the Bellator rankings. You wanted the Boric fight, and he was scheduled, and then his fight fell out. So part of me thought they were just going to go back to that well. But it's an interesting test, man. Like, it's not Bellator likes to, as you know, with the prospects, you build them a certain way, you showcase them a certain way, and you let them build their brand, so to speak. To throw him into this fight with you in his second Bellator fight is a pretty big deal. And I agree with you that the pressure's on him. The pressure's on you more so, and he's kind of playing with house money. So that's the way I look at it. So I don't know, man. Like, I'm not the big breakdown guy. I think obviously you're striking.
I mean, put you on the spot.
Oh no, it's all good.
I look at it like this. Sorry, I look at it like this. One, I can get the takedown. I will get the takedown eventually. He may stop it 5 times, but I'm gonna just be relentless with that. Let's just say I can't get the takedown, and we have to strike. I feel my striking is better than him. I feel my cardio is better than him. My grappling is a lot better. So I feel in a very, very comfortable spot, but don't take that for granted. Don't think that I'm going to go out there and I can just do whatever I want. My hands are going to be up. My chin's going to be down, and I'm going to be focused because I respect him. I really do. He's 12-0 for a reason. He's He's undefeated as an amateur. This guy's no slouch, but I just feel like I'm better in every aspect of MMA. yeah, my record is 8-3, but look at the competition that I fought early on. I fought a lot of tough guys. I've been in the organization all my career, and I feel ready. Honestly, I feel really good. From my last fight to this fight now, I feel like I've made a lot of improvements. So it's going to be interesting. It really is.
I feel like his best chance to win, and I'm sure you're ready for this, he has to make this as dirty and as grueling and as gritty as possible, which at times you've been in that fire before, right? So do you feel like that's something you're going to have to expect here and prepare for? Like, not just, I mean, obviously if you're out in space and you're doing your thing and he lets you get off, it could be a long night for him. But at the same time, if he gets in your face and makes this a gritty, grueling, dirty fight, it's probably his best chance. Kind of like the Claxton fight. He made things really grueling and gritty and was able to inch it out on a couple of the judges' scorecards. So are you prepared for that? Like, not just like a slugfest, but just a grueling, grinding pace of a fight?
Of course. Yeah, of course I'm ready for that. And I feel, yeah, I'm ready for anything, to be honest with you. Ready for I can go 25 minutes and go 15 minutes. My cardio is what I take pride in. So that's one thing that I have to my advantage. But also my wrestling. I feel my wrestling is a lot better than him. And I saw Claxton take him down. And one thing about Claxton let him up. Now you look at my last fight, I let the guy get up 5 or 6 times. And I got drilled by Greg Jackson about that. So now we've made a lot of adjustments. Guys aren't getting up anymore. They're really not. I take you down. And if you do get up, it's going to be grueling for you. It's not going to just be, okay, get up. I'm going to be looking to bring you down and just make it grueling for them as well. So I've worked on a lot of things. But yeah, it's going to be a fun fight. I'm really excited for it. I really, really am.
Seems like a lot has changed since the Aiden Lee fight, but a lot has happened in your life outside of fighting since the victory. You're a dad now. You welcomed a baby boy into the world, right? How has that been so far?
It's been awesome. It's been definitely just life-changing. It's awesome. I enjoy being a dad. My wife and I are really, really excited. And yeah, it's just, it's the best feeling in the world. Honestly, I can't even describe it.
There's a quote that I grew up in the Boston area. One of my favorite Boston sports reporters says a lot, and actually said it to me when I met him a few years ago. He said that when you become a parent, when you see the baby for the first time, you find out what your purpose in life truly is, that you almost figure out right there and then why you were put on this earth and what you were put on this earth to do. And you seem to have had a lot of those things figured out anyways, but how would you say life has changed? Like, how much more focused and motivated are you that you have added the title of dad to your job description?
Yeah, as far as being motivated to win and stuff like that, I've always had that within me. I started wrestling when I was 4 years old and started competing at at nationals, like around 6 years old. So I've always been motivated to be the best. For me, I just want to be a great father. That's a big goal of mine, is just be there for my son. And just, I'm motivated to like go out there and make money, because I want to be able to support him in whatever he wants to do. He wants to be a tennis player, he wants to be a golf player, he wants to drive go-karts, whatever he wants to do, ride horses. I want to be able to support him and be able to give him a good foundation to whatever direction in life he wants to go. But I have big shoes to fill, to be honest with you. You know, my parents were there for me, really supported me. My dad was a great father, very supportive, and I just, I want to be a good father like my dad was, and it's gonna be a crazy, fun journey that I'm really excited about. So, yeah, for me, my purpose is just to be a good father, go out there and do my job. I know why I'm fighting. But I got to stay focused, and I got to stay in the process and go out there and win and just live a good life and be a great father. Those are my goals.
I could tell you from experience that when you're holding a baby, like it's hard to imagine life 8 years later, like when they're like people and they're talking and you get to do stuff with them. Like, have you thought about what you're looking forward to the most being a dad?
Honestly, just whatever my son decides to do, just being able to, for example, like my dad, I grew up wrestling, one thing that I really admire and about my dad is that we were at every wrestling tournament. We went to, we traveled the country, we traveled the world together, and just having those moments where it was just him and I, and being able to have good conversations. And I remember being a kid, my dad would be in the backyard. We would just talk for hours. I would tell him my goals. I want to be world champion in boxing. I want to be world champion in MMA. You know, I want to have a ranch one day. I want to have horses. I look forward to that with my son one day. You know, like I said, I'm not going to be honest with you, I don't want him to fight. But whatever he decides to do, whether that be, you know, riding horses, playing golf, wherever, I just look forward to the fun travels life takes you, and the cool places that we're going to get to go, the good conversations, the lots of room service, and, you know, going to museums and just traveling the world. That's one thing I look forward to when he grows older. So like I said, whatever he decides to do, I'm going to be there. My wife is going to be there, and we're going to be a good support system, like my parents were.
Well said. In terms of your professional career, you got this big fight November 12th at the Hard Rock. How do you see this all playing out? I don't know if you're in the prediction game, but you know, how you seeing it in your mind?
Yeah, no, if I had the answers, I would not be so nervous, on edge, and so focused. But no, I got to just keep, chin down, hands up, be focused, and let the fight happen. That's one thing Greg has told me. He's, move your feet, work off your jab, and the fight's going to open up for you. So, yeah, wherever I feel I can take the fight, I feel I can take the fight on the ground. I can keep it standing. I feel confident. My cardio is good. So we'll have to see. That's for everybody to tune in.
True or false? You have your post-fight suit picked out and ready to go. Yeah. Shout out to David August and Micah over there at David August Clothing. They have a nice suit getting made right now. So I really, really appreciate those guys over there at David August, and just genuine good people. So, yep, I have my suit ready. There you go. A few last things before we let you go. First, AJ McKee, your good friend, is a world champion. What a performance he had. And I'm sure you watched that one very closely. I know you guys aren't going to be fighting or anything like that, but what was that moment like for you to watch AJ go out there, get a finish like that in front of his home crowd, and become a world champion?
Well, if I'm being completely honest, my son was born literally like right then and there. So I wasn't even on my phone or watching anything. I saw it after, he was born, and I congratulated him. I sent him a picture of my son. I said, man, we both have the greatest. It's a great day for both of us. I just had my son. You just won a world championship. Enjoy it. I feel bad because I didn't watch it, but my wife was in labor. So I kind of I couldn't do much, but like I said, I talked to him, and it was a good day. I was really happy for him and his father. I mean, for me, I feel AJ is one of the top 5 pound for pound fighters in the world. Honestly, he's very, very good. He's been around the sport a long time. He's very well coached with his dad. Him and Antonio have a really good bond, and I'm just really happy for him. And he's going to be a tough guy to beat. I don't really see how do you beat him? How do you beat him? Yeah.
And one of the things I enjoy about speaking with you about is you're a huge fight fan. Like, you're not just a fighter, you're a huge fight. You watch fights all the time. You're a true student of the game. But like you said, he's in that discussion right now of being one of the best pound for pound fighters on the planet. And he's in the conversation of being one of the best featherweights in the world. And we book these fantasy fights all the time. Like, what would happen if McKee fought Volkanovski, or if he fought Max Holloway? Like, how do you think he would stack up against those guys?
I think he would win. I think, honestly, I really believe he would win. He's very, very good. That's what a lot of people don't realize. He's very, very good. He's dangerous on the bottom. He's dangerous on top. He's got the length. He's got the fight IQ. He's relaxed in there. I mean, he's a really, really, he's a great fighter. I'm really like impressed with him. How good he is, how calm he can be. Because he may be very nervous and scared, but he sure doesn't look like it. He keeps a very calm demeanor in there, and he just makes the right decisions. And that's fighting, is making the right decisions at the right time. And it seems like he makes the right decisions every single time. But back to your question, I think he would beat Volkanovski. I really do. I wish there was a way that we could all see it. One day, hopefully it'd be cool to see Bellator cross over and fight UFC fighters. We'll see. We don't know what the future holds. The sport is crazy, but he's a very, very good fighter and somebody that I admire in the sport. I really do. I hope to get as relaxed in the cage as he is, because it will be good for me. I can make a lot of things happen in there if I can just get the fight IQ of AJ McKee for sure.
Before your last fight, I spoke with Brandon Gibson, and we talked about the similarities he sees between yourself and Carlos Condit. And I believe the quote he used was, they both have an affinity for violence when they're in the cage. And Carlos obviously recently announced his retirement from the sport after a legendary career. What was your reaction to that? And how much similarity do you see between yourself and a guy like Carlos Condit?
Yeah, I think I'm very happy with Carlos. He's a legend, and on all the things that he's done in the sport, somebody that I look up to. He's been took GSP to basically nearly defeated them. It was a close fight. I just think that him and I are very similar. We love fighting. He's always in the gym. He's always willing to help people out. He's, giving, people tips and stuff. He's just a good guy. And I wish him nothing but the best on retirement. And he's a legend and one of the guys that is really helped the sport of MMA. So yeah, shout out to Carlos.
And then lastly, and if you want to ignore me or tell me to kick rocks, go right ahead, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you this question. But recently, one of your coaches, Mike Winklejohn, revealed that Jon Jones is not welcome in the gym. It's a place you call home. It's changed your life and career. You talked about the importance of that. And, you and Jon have worked together. There's photos of the two of you guys. And I just want to get your reaction on everything going on with Jon personally, because that's none of our business, but just his presence not being there and your coach's decision and the impact it's had on Jackson Wink from your perspective.
Yeah, Jon is, I wish Jon nothing but the best. Jon has been a very good help to me, helping me as a fighter, breaking things down. And, he's just has a really good fight IQ. He's one of the greatest of all time. But Jon is getting healthy. He seems like he's getting better, and I wish Jon nothing but the best. And I believe he's going to be heavyweight world champion. He's very, very good. So yeah, Jon is healing and seems to be in great spirits. So that's all. Like I said, I don't know anything about what goes on other than how he's treating me, and yeah, he's gonna bounce back and shock a lot of people in the heavyweight division. So I'm excited for him.
Understandable. Last quick thing. How's your golf game these days? I know you're going to hit the links for your brother's birthday. I think you said you're going to give it the old college try. How'd you do? How's your golf swing these days? I know you're not probably playing as much these days.
No, not too much. I like golf. I really do. My dad and brother and my, our good friend, they all play golf. I think it's just an excuse for me to just hang out on the golf course and smoke a cigar and have a beer. So it's a good time.
Awesome. Aaron, I appreciate the time as always. Thank you very much. All the best to you rest of this camp and on November 12th, man. I assume I'm ready for it. I'm excited to see what that suit looks like.
I appreciate it. I'm excited too. So thank you for the time, and everybody tune in November 12th.